Hi everyone, I'm Susan.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are Just One More. So we're doing a segment right now about different questions that people have asked us. And then that will be on a video. And later today, hopefully you're going to join us for our first live anniversary event. And we'll answer a lot more questions then. Shall we get going?
Let's do it.
Okay. One of the first questions is, what is our favorite state? And we both have different opinions here, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Oregon because that was our first state that we stopped in. It was hot, but when we left the I-5 corridor where it was hot and smoky and we went to the coast, we got fresh oysters, we cooled down, and we really had a good time there. The Oregon coast is beautiful.
It is. And we didn't get to see a lot of it, so hopefully we'll go back.
It was our first.
That's true. All right, that was good. Okay, mine is Maine, and we just got here. But I've always loved Maine. My parents used to live here. I can't wait to explore it.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
This is where I've been wanting to come to since the beginning of our planning of our life, our new life. And so, yeah, Maine is my favorite as of right now. The next question is our favorite campground. That's an interesting question. So we really been fighting with this one because we've been in some really fun, cool campgrounds, but we both came up with the same answer, which was, I think, was in Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, and I guess it was called Sun Country in Austin, and I think a couple of the reasons were because the sites were big, lots of amenities, and it was just
clean.
I was just gonna say that.
No dust. Susan could walk every day.
Every day. And also it was close to our niece, Katie.
Yeah.
But I think in all of them, as of right now, that is our favorite, is in Austin. And it's called Sun Country. Now, we just got to Maine. We haven't even really explored where we are, so it's very pretty here.
That's gorgeous.
The campground. But up to today, is Austin. Okay, the next question is, this is gonna be fun. What's our favorite part about RV life? You go first.
I wrote down experiencing different scenery, meaning that as, we spend a lot of time driving.
Yeah.
You're on the interstate highways, and just recently we discovered turnpikes, which are limited access, very few, it's not crowded, it's not cheap, but you have multiple places to stop and pull off. Just seeing things, the beauty of this country. I think about our national anthem, and I asked Susan the other day, remember when we were driving through Idaho and the fields of hay and grain, and our national anthem talks about that,
I get that.
Forests, just unbelievable forests. There's forests out there that I never knew existed, and they cover up big cities. Just recently we went through upstate New York. Now I understand why people say it's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so that just
that's
scenery.
Yours?
Yeah, that's
yours. Yeah, that's a cool one though. I mean, I guess every bend is somewhere new, right? Somewhere different. Mine is meeting with people that we haven't seen in a long time all over the country, and making new friends that have become really, really good friends that we will meet up again all over the country. The other thing that I really love is when I wake up in the morning and I open my blind and I'm somewhere different. That's what I really love about this lifestyle, is that our home is with us wherever we go, and everywhere we go is somewhere new.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what is your favorite monument, museum, or tourist attraction?
That's easy. Washington, D.C.
We spent 33 days. Yeah. I don't think that I can actually say there was one particular thing that was my ultimate favorite.
The first one we went into, though.
The Holocaust Museum?
The Holocaust Museum was brutal. It was hard.
Yeah.
Every time we turned a corner, we cried.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough.
It was very tough.
It was tough. But I don't know if that is, to say favorite. I think the whole experience of Washington.
The whole experience, yes, absolutely.
And for those of you who watched our videos about Washington, we walked 108 miles. each of us together.
At night, during the day.
Doesn't matter,
we did it.
We saw everything that we could see except for the things that were closed, unfortunately.
The National Space and Science Museum was closed.
for
They're
renovation.
redoing it.
Yeah.
So we got to go back.
Yeah, but I to this point, you know what though? Gettysburg, it was encompassed in that, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the whole experience of being in Maryland, Washington, D.C., I think so far has been our favorite, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The next group of questions are really about RV living, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone asked, how do you deal with missing your friends and family? How do you deal with that?
Not well. We stay in touch with messaging, maybe a phone call here and there. We send videos and jokes and what have you. And FaceTime, we try to keep them up to date where we're going and encourage them to read our blogs because there's good videos there.
Yeah.
We're memorializing our trip, our adventure, almost 1 year into it.
Yeah. I think that for me, I talk to my girlfriends as often as I possibly can, which is very important for me. One of my very closest friends, it's very hard with the time change or the time difference right now with being on the East Coast to get in touch with, but I try to talk to them. What we try to do is we have a Zoom account, so we try to Zoom as well with our nephew and his fiance Kelly, Mikey and Kelly, and Zoom with Katie or FaceTime or my sister or his. It's not easy. There's no doubt about it. It's one of the hardest things, especially when we know that there's an event going on that we can't get to, or that we're just missing them in general. It's a whole different lifestyle for sure.
Yep.
But when we see them and we know they're going to visit or we're going to be back in California or whatever, it makes it even more special. So just come on out and see us. That's the best thing to do. The next question is a little too close to home. How do you deal with breakdowns or things breaking? And we just experienced that.
We scream at each other.
Not well. So how do you deal with it? I don't deal well. For those of you who
This is our home.
Yeah, for those of you who know me, I'm very meticulous and very organized. And what did you say?
Passionate.
And Jerry calls me passionate. I don't want things breaking down. No one does. And I'm really trying to get better at this. But I don't deal well with it at all. Jerry, on the other hand, is a lot more calm, cool, and collected about this stuff. He also sees things I don't because I'm not mechanical by any means. And we just had this experience where we had to drive back to Indiana from Virginia as we were heading to Maine. And I have to tell you, I didn't realize this, but Jerry said it was the worst breakdown me that he's ever seen. And it was tough.
It's hard. It's our house. It's scary.
It was scary. Yeah, it was scary.
I love it, babe.
Yeah. So, I don't do well. But Jerry can fix most anything. We are under warranty only until the day you're watching this. And then we have an extended warranty, thank goodness. And what has broken is our kitchen slide, which you have to understand, if the slides don't go in, we can't drive. Exactly. If they don't come out, we can't eat. So there's a lot of things about that. And we are so fortunate, I have to say. We have heard the worst horror stories of people's homes are still in the dealership waiting for parts. This is our home. So when someone says, well, what's going to happen if that happens to you? Well, we have insurance that will pay for a hotel, or depending on where we are, we might have to go and stay with family. I mean, we don't want to ever experience that. We're not stupid to know that it's possibly not going to happen to us, because the saying is, it's not if.
It's when.
It's when. And it's a year old now.
Yep.
Our RV is a year old. So we will just deal with it as they arise, right?
Yep.
I am trying really hard to get better.
Yes, she is. Bless her heart.
It's not working. How do we stay active?
We walk.
Yeah,
We sightsee.
walker. I've been a walker pretty much my entire life.
And Susan has us on a really healthy food regimen. We don't eat junk.
No, well, we try really hard not to eat junk. We've had a little stressful couple days, and some chips snuck into the truck.
Try to stay really hydrated.
Yeah, you have to stay hydrated.
Driving, with the AC on in the truck for hours, that can dry you out.
Yeah. And
if you're in a hot weather, you got to have the AC on.
Yeah.
So that can dehydrate you. So you got to drink a lot of water. And I need electrolytes, and I'm a heavy sweater.
I walk every morning when we are somewhere, with or without Jerry. Most of the time without, my first walk of the day, because I like to listen to a book or talk to friends, and it's my mental health time too. So I get so excited when we're somewhere for a long time where I can walk. And like I said, we just got to Maine, so this campground is definitely in the forest. And I'm very excited to walk all around this campground. And we'll go on hiking trails.
Absolutely.
And we also have our electric bikes. Now, we're not weenies. We have electric bikes. We still pedal, but you can accelerate up those hills. So we still do that too. So, and then when it comes, I cook. I do cook a lot. And when we're traveling, I absolutely always pack food. So we don't have to stop at.
We just had salmon wraps.
Yeah, I made some really good. They were good, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And gluten-free wraps, and but when I do cook, it's very healthy in here. Jerry will sneak in his Reese's Pieces on occasion, and I find them in the freezer. But overall, we have to, because living this lifestyle, we eat out a lot.
You can't treat it like you're on vacation.
No, but we do eat out.
We do.
Yeah, because we're in different areas. We want to try their food. We're in Maine. Hello.
Oysters, lobsters.
Yeah. So when we're not at home, it's healthy.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how do you maintain a healthy relationship when you live in such a small home?
We have a door that we can close. We have 2 TVs. You can go watch your TV, and I'll go watch my TV.
And I go for my walks.
And she goes for walks.
Yeah, I do. And
I'll get lost in a book.
Yeah.
We each need our space,
Yeah.
Here's what happened. I retired, started hanging around the house 2 or 3 days, and she's like, oh my God, you're home all the time now. This isn't gonna work. And then when we got on the road, it was, oh my God, you're gonna be around all the time. I said, no problem, I'll go be a greeter at,
LL Bean.
LL Bean or something,
Yeah.
Run behind the fifth wheel.
We're not going to do that yet because we're still experiencing and enjoying things together. But there are times, and I've been very good at saying to Jerry, I need some alone time.
Yep.
Get away from me. Leave me alone.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me. I do that a lot more than he does that to me. He never does that to me. I do it to him.
I'm an angel.
But here's the thing. When you both work and you weren't home 24/7 together, I don't care if you're in an RV or at a real sticks and bricks home, when 2 people all of a sudden after 20 some odd years are together 24/7, kind of you gotta put boundaries. You just have to have your own alone time.
What we've discovered is we knew each other really well. And if you've got a bad relationship, being in full-time RV is not going to make it better. So we have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Just the stressful things, make it tough on us. The breakdowns. How about this one? Rolling down the road, you get into a big city like San Antonio. Now we rely on GPS applications on our phones. We put it on our screen on our truck. We're rolling along. We're watching where we need to turn, which exit, name of the highway or whatever. The screen goes blank, and it starts going rerouting. That's stressful. That sucks.
So, how do we deal with that? Not well.
No. We're 70 feet long. We can't just pull over and go, well, let's pull out a map.
Yeah, it's that has caused a lot of stress. You know, I start freaking out. He's completely freaking out because he's driving. But we've gotten better at that too. Because now we have 2 GPSs that go all the time.
And we're about ready to upgrade to something else.
Yeah, we'll let you know about that later down. But overall, when you have a good relationship like that, Jerry does the driving, I do the navigating, we know what our strengths are with each other, that's what matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're a good team.
We're a good team. A great question. What most surprising thing over the last year that you experienced?
Let me take this first part of this.
Okay.
When we were packing up, selling our house, giving away things, donating, whatever, I was packing things that I thought we were going to take in the fifth wheel, and I was putting them in a storage unit up in Sacramento.
Yeah.
So when we got all that stuff out of storage and put it in the fifth wheel, we filled the fifth wheel up. And I waited after we've been on the road for a while, and we were way overweight. So the most surprising thing is we didn't need all the stuff that we brought.
Yeah.
And over every state place we've stopped, we've sold, donated, given away, and we're going to do it again because there's a lot of things I've never used. 1 year I've just been carrying it around with me.
That's a very big deal because I have been very good in my life about getting rid of clothes over the years. Like every season I clean out my closet. And if I haven't worn it in a year or two, it's gone. There's no room here. So the surprising thing for me is seriously not the stuff that you just don't need.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the kitchen. You know, I know all of you love your gadgets. I do too. I mean, I love gadgets. But do you really need them all? My whole analogy is how many spatulas does one person need? You know, maybe 1, 2 at the most, depending on the size, I get it. But when you have limited space, you really make do.
Yeah.
And I think the surprising thing for me, more than anything, clothes-wise, is what I really did not need. And the amount of stuff in the kitchen and also in the bathroom. I mean, honestly, you guys, there's little space. You have to really, the things that you buy have to be worth it. And here's the other thing. When you bring something into the RV, something has to go out, because I have seriously made this a home and every single thing has its space. There's no wiggle room on that. Every single thing has to have its space, and if you bring something in, something has to go out. So the surprising thing for both of us is you can live without a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
The next question is a good one. It really is a very good one.
It's made us stop and think
Yeah,
about it.
it is. The question is, what thoughts or convictions of yours have changed based on things you've seen or experienced on the road? I'm going to start first.
Go ahead.
There are stupid drivers everywhere in the country.
Yes, there is.
We always thought it was just California.
Yeah.
But I just have to say, and here's the other one that surprised us as well. We, living in California my entire life, the roads are not great, and you cannot convince me otherwise. The roads are not good in California, and we've experienced that our entire life. I mean, my entire life. And we thought that the minute we would leave California, the roads would be better, right?
Yeah, we were hoping so.
Well, because in our past travels, the minute we crossed over into Arizona, every time we've gone there, the roads have been great. Well, it stops there. So seriously, we've experienced some really, really horrible roads. And I'm talking highways. I'm not talking just, dirt roads. I'm talking highways that have been so bad that one of the reasons our RV broke, the tire thingy broke, was because of the roads.
Horrible.
So that's one of the things I have really been surprised about, is how there are drivers that are nuts everywhere, and the roads suck as well all over the country.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I would say my ignorance of America. America is gorgeous. From sea to shining sea, forests, mountains, the national parks that we haven't even scratched yet. We can't wait to get into a lot of the national parks. We have friends that are close to Yellowstone and they're telling us that they're about ready to open up the southern part, odd, even, alternating days. I've learned about our country, our history.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I wasn't proud of when I discovered it, but it's America. And we're not perfect, but it's a damn good place to live.
And it's and the cool thing is we get to experience it the way we're experiencing it. So I think that has changed our entire thought about going to different states and what you'll find there, and not being so closed off to a state. Like, for example, we're going to go to Michigan, and Jerry was in the beginning, no offense,
I don't want to go to Michigan.
Because unfortunately what you hear sometimes is not the greatest thing. And then of course I have always wanted to go to Michigan because of the lakes, and we have some friends who you got to go, and we're going to Michigan. And that's the other thing.
I can't wait now that I've talked to people that said you have to go.
Yeah, so the conviction when you have this, I'm not good, we have to be open-minded in this adventure, because we want to make sure that we see everything we can possibly see before we can't do this anymore. That's the most important thing, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next question. What is the biggest lesson you have learned living on the road? I will take this one first.
Okay.
I'm not good when it comes to things out of my control. I never have been, but this lifestyle has really shown me that I need to cool my jets and figure out a way how I can handle very stressful situations in a better way. I'm on blood pressure medication as it is. I don't want to I've been trying to get off of it, but that's not going to happen. The biggest lesson truly is realizing that I'm really, really good at some things, and really not good at dealing with other things. And I'm really working on this. I think that that's a big deal for me. Listen, even at our age, you have to continue to learn and grow. And this has taught me a lot about my personality. There have been major breakdowns in me saying to Jerry, I don't have the personality to do this, because I completely freak out. And I say that every time. I know I just don't have the personality for this.
It's okay, Pookie.
But it's because I am not one of those calm, cool, and collected type of people who, it'll be fine. I know it will be fine. It will get fixed. But at the moment, I freak the hell out. So that's the biggest lesson for me, and I really want to get better. And I'm going to work on that. What's your lesson?
Two things. Since I do the driving, I've learned with some near misses. We're 30,000 pounds going down the road, 70 feet long. We don't stop on a dime. Even though I've upgraded the brakes on the fifth wheel to disc brakes, and now that really, really helps. I don't take anything for granted. I try to drive very, very defensively. I try to look as far ahead as I can and anticipate. It's very stressful. You got to stay on top of what's going on. So that's one of the things I've learned.
To end this Q&A, until we get to our live event, we have a little advice. And Jerry had mentioned it prior, is if your relationship is not great, this is not going to fix it, I can assure you. You have to have a strong relationship. You have to, what I always say is you have to like each other. You can love each other, but you really have to like each other and to have...
Give each other a break.
And have things that you like to do together.
And readily admit you're wrong and apologize.
Yeah, because let me tell you, your friends are not around for you to get in your car and drive to and complain, right? They're just not around, and you have to really get through all of that. The other thing I would say, advice is just enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy every moment of it. Realize that this
every day
is a gift, and we are living an amazing lifestyle. I mean, how many people actually get to do this and to tell about it and to really experience the United States of America?
I think what we've seen is fellow RVers, they're as passionate about it as us. They're excited.
Yeah.
We have an instant bond. We just start talking. Where'd you
Yeah.
go? Where'd you come from? How'd you like it? What'd you do there? What road did you take? Where'd you eat at? You know?
Yeah.
We talk about everything. We talk about our kids, our dogs, our cats. And we just are excited because we're sharing something that not everybody does.
Right. And if you're thinking about doing this, do your homework.
Oh man!
Seriously.
Go spend money. If you've never driven an RV,
Oh,
don't just go buy one
No.
and get it and go. Big mistake. There's so many things you have to learn. It's not a car. Okay, it's a big boat going down the highway.
It's not just
thousands of pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
Get some training. Ask questions. Go on to your particular group that represents your model and make, and start asking questions. They'll help you. People love to help.
That's I think one of the biggest things that helped us over this year is our 390, our model number is 390, our 390 Facebook page.
Yeah.
Escapees has a Facebook page. I always ask questions in. The other thing
We
is,
weren't total rookies. We had two
No.
travel trailers and we had an old fifth wheel.
yeah, no, we've been RVing for 20 years together, but this is a whole different ballgame when you're full time. Always ask questions. Always reach out. Ask, join Escapees. That's the biggest thing I can say is join the Escapees RV Club. Whether you're a full-timer or a part-timer, they're an amazing organization. They will help you every step of the way. And reach out to other people like us.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about doing this, reach out to us.
We'll talk you out of it.
No, we won't. No, we will not.
Kidding.
We will help in any way we can. Living this a year, we can't even believe it's been a year. There's been a lot of things that have been, more things that have been amazing than not.
Absolutely.
As we all know, stuff happens, but it's the best thing we've ever done. And we're so fortunate and blessed that we can do this. So I say go for it if that's what you want to do.
The last time we stopped at a major rest stop, it was overlooking this lake in Pennsylvania, and we can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it.
It's an Indian name, and it was stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we just stood there.
And go, this is why
Wow.
we're doing this.
You
To
know?
be able to see this, right?
Yeah.
The other thing, when we were in Virginia, we were only supposed to be there one night, and we ended up being there 3 nights. And we saw things we would have never seen ever. The Cooters were Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, just these gems of things that we would have never done. And that's the other part of this journey is to be able to find these amazing places to go visit. So that's the advice: is enjoy it. There's actually a YouTube channel called Enjoy the Journey, which I really love their philosophy is that enjoy it and have fun doing this. When we get on tonight with other questions, one of the questions that we didn't answer that we're going to do live is, how did we get our name? Just one more. We'll explain it then. So thanks so much for joining us, and we hope that you join our live event tonight. We're really excited to see as many people on there to answer more questions from you, and we hope that we did you justice with the questions that you sent in. So we'll see you later.
Take care.
Oh, you know what? What's our just one more? Just one more year.
Yeah, just one more year.
There you go.